The cloud! The cloud is a one wing. The cloud is the one wing. This is what I'm talking about. Nobody does it like Final Fantasy. Continuing our Final Fantasy VII series with the Ever Crisis Sephiroth backstory, the first soldier. If you enjoy our time together, watch more. As a lot of people have been saying, this new release has lent a lot of credence to my Sephiroth theory that he really wants to save everyone in this twisted way. He wants to lock everyone in a stasis, an absolution, almost like almost like Ultimecia from Final Fantasy VIII, time compression. I said this before this new information came out. It's pretty spot on, but let's look at it. All right, let's check this out. So this is Sephiroth becoming a hero. Just monster strength. You can see his full power. I love the sound design on the Masamune. And he says, you can become a real hero. Check this out. Beautiful shots, man. There's nothing like this visual works style. Sound design is so good. The cloud! The cloud is a one wing. The cloud is the one wing. Nobody does it like Final Fantasy. This is why I love Final Fantasy. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about when I say that Square Enix, they're doing it like nobody else, man. Look at this. It's absolutely beautiful, subtle work. All right, you see a lot of games, they'll do like very, very great symbolism, metaphor, in your face, boom, it's great. This is like, this is exactly what I meant when they said they ask a lot of the audience, but it's more like they respect our intelligence as an audience, and they respect our understanding of visual language. They respect our ability to clock visual language and become a part of the journey, as it were. And it's not incredibly obvious, but look at that. That's very well done. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're gonna talk about that. So that's it, man. That's the moment he truly became a hero for the first time, perhaps. This could be a time skip. I think we're gonna actually get, before this, how he gets to Masamune next. Look at this. Hold on, do you hear that? Victorious one-winged angel is playing. We have Glenn. This is important symbolism. The dog was the dog of Rosen. This is Genova. Again, visual language. This is the Genova sound. Genova headache. He's remembering what happened. This is what happened to Rosen. We think he just killed this young man, and we're gonna figure out why. Beautiful shot, silhouette. Colors. This is so nice. Oh no. See, he wants to save him. Great performance and animation. Oh no, and you see his face. Such a youth, man, just like Sephiroth. There it is, the idea of saving everyone. See, that's the thing. He doesn't want to choose. He wants to save everyone. And this is literally going to represent him killing his innocence right now. Thinking that he has to choose. Not everyone can live. Many have to die. Beautiful shot. Masamune-esque shot. He doesn't have it yet. Poor Sephiroth, man. Crying. Just a kid. I'm telling you, man, that's him killing his innocence right there. And this is it. This is it. The edge of creation for the first time. I'm telling you, this is the personification. The first time that he felt that idea that he could create a utopia was created in that moment when he had to kill his innocence and kill Rosen. He's thinking back when he's having this headache. It's Genova, I think. Genova is communicating with her son for the first time here. He sees the edge of creation. He sees this, guys, which this isn't just some, fancy galaxy. We know now from FF7 Rebirth, again, from the visual language they're teaching us, there's that golden light, man. This is all the worlds merging. This is the reunion. This is it, guys. And when he says, this will all end, he's talking about how the worlds, the dream worlds, like Final Fantasy X, right? Like I said, in Rebirth, he says they will all end eventually. They're all just kind of fading out and dissipating and merging. It's a homecoming, merging with the life stream, the true life stream, the true planet, the true world. This is it, man. He's starting to envision this utopia, this time compression, whatever you want to call it. This idea where he could save everyone is being manifested for the first time in his head. It's almost like, think about it like his mind palace or something. It's this world that he can go to. He's just been granted access to for the first time. It's almost like an embodiment of his fantasy. Don't say it. Look at this. And then he brings Cloud there. It's this intimate place for him. He brings Cloud there and says, I'm sharing with you my dream for the first time. My dream is to be able to save everyone. My dream is to come here. So again, it could be just to save Cloud, to save everyone. To what end? There's a lot of theories on this. But man, after this Ever Crisis stuff, I'm gonna have to go with my original theory, doubling down on it, man. I think it's lending a lot of credence to what I'm saying. Fantastic stuff from Square Enix as always, man. And just, I'm just gonna say, I wish all of Ever Crisis was just looked like this. I wish it was just a movie. This is incredible stuff. I think some of the strongest stuff from the pre-rendered stuff in Final Fantasy. But I mean, let's talk about it. Come on. This shot is absolutely ridiculous. It's subtle. I'm actually curious how many of you guys caught this. I think a lot of people would not catch this, quite honestly. It's that subtle, but I think it's so well done. Just lingers there long enough, and then he leaves, and it's a cloud, which is very fascinating. What does it mean? I think that Cloud is really the key to his dream, right? Cloud is the one who was able to kill him. Cloud is the one who was able to finally, be a match for him, and in a way, perhaps end his painful loneliness that he's felt his entire life. And he thinks he finds that with Angeal, who we're going to see in the next chapters, thank goodness, and Genesis. And then, he feels betrayed by Genesis. Angeal passes away, and it's just like, he's alone in this world, man. And in his strength, he really is the Achilles. That's why I came up with my first theory of how we got the Masamune. And I hope they go into it in the next part. If you haven't heard my original Sephiroth theory that a lot of people enjoyed, and it seems like they might be doing in Ever Crisis, it was that I kept saying, how did he get the Masamune? And I thought it'd be really cool if there was sort of a Hector to his Achilles in this war, as he literally is the Achilles of this war. It's how he becomes a hero. There's got to be somebody in Wutai who's really strong, who has the Masamune, right? I think that could be really cool. And then he ends up killing them and defeating him or her and getting the Masamune as this, as this prize, which is like the strongest warrior on Earth's weapon. I think that'd be a really cool, again, tragic backstory. Imagine he finds someone who's on equal ground with him, who's as strong as him. Finally, he's not alone in this world. Almost like Achilles with Penthesilea in the Trojan War, who's an Amazonian warrior. And then he kills her. He has to kill her because they're on opposing sides, and that's it. That's the business of war. Then, of course, as he finishes, is this crippling loneliness, realizing he might have had someone who's as strong as him in the, at least a warrior that's very strong. So I think it could be a cool thing to explore for his character, and again, sort of solidify his loneliness, which then leads perfectly to the moments with Genova, being able to reach out and grab him in Neibelheim and say, like, now's my time. When he's completely broken mentally, now's my time. And then, of course, Sephiroth takes control later, but that's a whole other conversation. Well, let's look at this. Fantastic stuff. And this is what I like. He goes, we know Sephiroth does not like his picture taken. And I think it's not that he's upset that he's become a hero for the first time. He doesn't want glory in this way. He's not doing it for, to brag about it. He's not doing it to be famous. He wants to save people. He wants to be a hero so we can help people, not so we can just be like, in the newspapers. So I think that's an important distinction there. And now he's completely in the spotlight. And what a cool shot to see, you know, expressionless here. It was a really smart choice to hold back his face for this moment because loneliness, man. Look at this shot. The feeling of absolute loneliness. Even though he's surrounded by people celebrating you, he's completely alone. You see that? Great shot. And of course we have Glenn, who is probably happy to kind of try to help Sephiroth be a better person, or to a better end at least. See him grow from a young kid into this. And there it is, man. That sound language, that visual language that we've been taught by Remake, by Rebirth, by Advent Children. This legacy of cinematic language come together here. Doesn't look so different from Cloud, who does this, right? It's so cool, the layers of everything. And it is pretty much the same thing that Cloud's experiencing in that moment, so I think it's awesome. Yeah, and then we come to this. This is just so well shot. I'll talk about some of the shots. Let's talk about some of these shots. So beautifully done. I love the silhouette. Again, they're doing a lot of withholding the expression when Sephiroth is walking away there too. And this, with Rosen, it's so effective because he's quite an imposing figure from this scene. And what does it remind you of? This is reference, right? This is a reference to Sephiroth in the Flames. This is referencing Neibelheim, the shot of Sephiroth in the Flames. This is the scene where he kills his innocence. Similarly, in Neibelheim, he really just solidifies that he's not even a human. He kills his humanity in Neibelheim. He kills his innocence here. And I think it's the first step towards that, hence a reference to this beautiful visual language of the Flames right here. Gorgeous work. But they're holding back his face, and it was an emotional choice because we see a young man over here. Sephiroth, come with us, please. We're withholding his face. We're withholding his face still. And what happens is, there's no place for me in your world. Not in the world, in your world. My people are already dead. You killed them. Do me a favor and finish me off, right? It's tragic stuff. I love it, man. It's like Shakespearean, you know, style. He's pleading with him, and you can see he seems so young, so innocent, so hopeful in these scenes. Again, withholding his face. And what a great shot, man. The live stream swirling behind him. It's just like, it's really indicative of so many things to come for Sephiroth, and I love this scene. Yeah. Again, withholding the face, and then just like Sephiroth turns slowly to Cloud, it's the same body language right here. It's incredible. And then you see, and it hits, and it's like, this is a young man. This is a child, right? And it's so sad when you realize what has to happen here. It's two young boys, you know, talking about such heavy things that no child should ever have to experience. And look at this. They hold it so long, so then it hits. It's like, this is a child, man. This is a child. Sephiroth's really going to destroy his inner child. He's going to destroy his innocence in this scene, literally destroying a youthful counterpart that could have been him in another life. But look at the resolve. Look at the resolve. I'm not the one you want to save. There it is. And what a great confrontational shot here. I really like how they went and changed where the camera was from a reverse over the shoulder to this beautiful confrontational shot back and forth here. Look at this. And you have the live stream connecting the two subjects in the shots like this. It's incredible work. It's a beautiful, beautiful framing. Yeah. Glorious. I'm telling you, man. You have to choose whose lives are important to you. And I'm telling you. This is where he kind of accepts that he has to do it. And again, this is just so cool because, again, visual language, a lot of people say that's the pose he always uses. That's his guard stance that he uses a lot with the sword, which is great. But also it's a reference to the shot you'll see at the end of FF7 Remake when you fight him on the highway. Boom. Beautiful. But here we have a much different Sephiroth in a much different situation. Look at the resolve and Rosen's face, by the way. What an absolute beast. And it's also interesting to note here, it's important to note that his orders were to kill all of these people. So that's what makes this tough too. And just what a great acting. That really was him right there, putting his humanity to bed. He's crying, puts it aside, smiles. And then there it is. Look at this shot, man. Look at the shot. And you see really up close the the animal. And this is such a cool shot because again, it's a visual reference to me from Advent Children. There's this kind of flickering Genova sound effect shot of Kadaj a lot, and it's Sephiroth. Cloud when he's like struggling with Geostigma, he gets the snake eyes as well, cat eyes. Oh, I love it. And there it is, man. And almost like that, he appears in here. So for me, it's him reliving. This is why I think it makes perfect sense. That was him reliving that moment where he's like, oh, I can't save everyone. And then he's realizing here with the cameras and the celebration and the fanfare, he can do it. And this is the first manifestation of that idea, this place that has been emboldened by that hope within him. Maybe I can save everyone. I just save these people right here. I'm a lot stronger now. If I was this strong back then, I could have saved him. I could have saved everybody and got everybody out of there. So that's my theory. That's my thoughts on it. If you want to see a deep thoughts on this, I've done many hour conversations with Sleep Easy, with Baby Seal. I did a full shot-for-shot breakdown of the ending of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and honestly, I think I mined and found stuff that no one has talked about, no one is talking about, so make sure to check that out, guys. I'm very proud of that video. But yeah, this has been so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this. I cannot wait for this stuff we're getting next time. It's said that we are getting, Nomura has confirmed that we will be learning where the Masamune came from. How we got the Masamune, how he met Angeal and their friendship and stuff. It is going to be so good. That's pretty much the origin of the Buster Sword as well. So like this kind of weapon-centric, meaningful stuff is going to be really strong. So I can't wait for that. If you guys want to see me talk about that, make sure to subscribe. Of course, you can join me again, spend more time with me, come into our Discord if you want to chat Final Fantasy and other games, and hit that join button. If you want to choose a video for me to react to, become a Dragoon. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love this stuff. Could talk about it all day. Go watch my super long conversation with Sleep Easy if you want more Sephiroth content. Talk to you later, guys.